Welcome to You're Not the Boss of Me. If you are determined to break glass ceilings and build it your way, this show is for you. I'm your host, Beth Graves, and I am obsessed with helping you to not just dream it, but make the plan, connect the dots, and create what you crave. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hey, friends. Welcome back. Super excited for a solo episode today. You are listening to You're Not the Boss of Me. My name is Beth Graves, and I am so grateful and thankful for all of your shout outs on my Instagram stories, DMing me. I love it. And before we get started with today's episode, which you are going to walk away with one thing that you can do today that I promise you is going to help you to not only profit in your business, but profit in your marriages and your parenting or your friendship. So stay with me because it's a short episode, but I've got the goods I'm bringing to you today. I first want to read one of our 5-star reviews. And if I read your review, I will send you a boss hat. And I don't always know who it is because of the way the names show up. So if anybody knows this review today, it's Pepsi B. Broil. He left this review. I love when a guy leaves a review because you're going to love what he has to say. Like, this dude is cool. So whoever you are, cool dude, let me know, DM me, send me an email, however you can reach out so I can get you your boss hat. He says, even guys will love this. Being a guy, I wasn't sure if Beth's podcast was for me. Episode 1 set the stage with empowering women to achieve their goals. With 3 young daughters and a talented wife, I love this guy already. I'm always in full agreement with the encouragement. However, I wasn't sure if she was going to be able to talk to my heart and needs in the entrepreneurial world. Boy, I was wrong. Episode 2 blew me away with how she seemed to be speaking right to me. Now I'm excited to hear how to balance life with family while creating all that I crave. My family is my why, and I'm eager to make sure they always come first before the next rank or trip earned. I know Beth understands that priority and is ready to give advice from her vast experience. I'm all in, Beth. I can't wait to listen to the rest of what you feel led to share. I have a feeling that this might be my friend Cliff Roy. Let me know, Cliff, if it is you, because I know you have 3 young daughters and I know you have a powerful wife. So if it's you, I've got a boss hat for you, or if it's someone else, let me know over on the DM. And these reviews and downloads and screenshots of stories, they make all the difference in the world for our message getting out there with You're Not the Boss of Me and empowering one another to go out and just do that thing. All right, so here we go. Today's episode, I didn't want to say the C word because I thought, they're just going to be like, nope, not this podcast, because I'm not preaching consistency, but yes, I am. And I want to start with a little story about consistency and the compound effect over time. And if you have not added The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy to your Audible list or to your nightstand, this is a book that I read each and every year. And it's also a book, I'll put a link in the show notes below. It's also a book that I love to listen to in the car while my 15-year-old son, Donnie, is driving with me, because these are the life principles and skills that when you apply over time, you live a better life, a better parent, a better business owner, a better human, and we make an impact. So obviously we know what compounding interest is, right? So what Darren Hardy talks about is that the little decisions and choices that we make consistently can be huge for the long term. Okay, so we talk about quick fixes and we talk about how to hack formulas. We talk about quick weight loss and all of those things. And we know there's no magic bullet. We know there's no magic pill. There's no secret. There's just that long-term consistency that wins. And that is truly how you are going to grow your business and make sure that you don't drop those glass balls. And I want to give you an example of your teeth, okay? You brush your teeth every day, twice a day, 2 minutes. You go to the dentist every 6 months. If you only did the one thing of going to the dentist every 6 months, your teeth are going to fall out of your head. The same thing with going to the gym, okay? I got up this morning, guys, I'm like first day of the new year, because my birthday was yesterday. I love my birthday. I love birthdays. I love hearing from people. I love getting flowers. I love getting gifts. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I don't like the attention. I love my birthday. I was in like such high vibrational state yesterday. I like literally manifested 6 messages from people that I'd been thinking, I want to hear from a person just like this. It was so cool. So it's so cool when you get yourself into that, and that's going to be an episode, into that high vibrational state. However, it's the consistency over time that allows us to be at that higher level. And when we are there, when we are at that level of nobody can get in the way of my glittery, sparkly, happy existence today, it's the work that we've done every day. So when I got up at 4:45, I went to the gym. After showering, did I look in the mirror and be like, wow, that gym trip certainly changed your life. You are showing results. No, it's got to be, we know this. This is like baby stuff. We all know it. We've known it since we were 13. It's every single day what we do. But what happens is life gets busy, life gets challenging, our brain gets in the way, and we start telling ourselves these stupid stories, and they stop us from growing in our business and in our life, okay? So I want to talk to you about something that happened in my courting days with Don. And you hear love at first sight, you have this big moment, and we were sitting at dinner, and he was literally the first guy I dated. I had a failed first marriage. A lot of people don't know that. And I say that because, gosh, I learned a lot from the age of 23 to 28. I was kind of a spoiled, rotten, self-obsessed person. I think we both were. There were no kids, so it's an easy split to the marriage. But I say that because we all have failures. And I used to hide it. I used to be like, oh, I don't want people to know that. But I'm proud of that because I'm proud of having that experience that allowed me to go into a marriage with a different mindset, with a new person, that it's the compound effect. Because first of all, just like business, I made the decision that I was going to do the work every single day to make sure that we stayed in that, with that love state, if that makes sense. So while you're dating someone, it's the little things that make you say, this is my person. And one of the things that he used to do, and I need to remind him of this. I talked about this on our morning call. We have a morning motivation call every morning for our team. And I talked about one of the things that I loved was every time I would come home, I was teaching at the time, and I would come into the house. We would spend some extended periods of time together, and I would open the fridge, and this is, before I stopped with this nasty habit of drinking soda every day, there would be a can of Diet Coke with a York Peppermint Patty right there on top of it. Just a little like, here you go. I was thinking about you while I was out today. And that made me smile every day, those little gestures. So if you look at that in your business and you think about this Darren Hardy quote, which is the accomplishment of any goal is the progressive accumulation or compound effect of small steps taken consistently over time. We know this to be true, yet we don't do it in certain areas of life. So I encourage you today to look at one tiny little thing that you could do every single day from now until the end of 2020, like one thing for each area of your life. I want you to journal about it. Do you think, try it for 3 days, 7 days, 8 days, but wouldn't it be cool to look back and say, I did that every single day. I don't even care what it is, just one consistent action. What about your health? What's one thing that you could do every single day that would move your health forward? Not one big, and I'm so guilty of this, like I'm all in, I'm running the marathon, I'm doing it, and then fizzle. But what if I had committed every single day to just walk, run for 20 minutes? And I did that for 20 years. The consistency over time is what adds to this magical life. The consistency. So what are we going to do for our foundation, for our personal development, for that time. And I talk about it all the time. It's the sacred rituals that water the garden. We can't grow without. For me and for everyone, I believe it's meditation, devotion. It's setting the intention, the prayers, the devotions, the meditation every day. Can you consistently commit to 15 minutes a day of that? Or would it be journaling? What about 7 straight days of gratitude? What about if you did personal development, a podcast, 15 minutes, something every single day? But if you say, I'm going to do a podcast, I'm going to do gratitude, I'm going to do my meditation, I'm doing my super attractor journal with Gabby Bernstein. Oh, how I love my Gabby Bernstein super attractor journal. Just a side note, I'm obsessed. Go get the Audible book, you guys. You know I love to get you like all into the things I'm into so we can chat about it together. What if you made one commitment that could shift your entire life? That morning routine will shift your entire life. You heard about it on the episode with Glenn Lundy. If you don't remember that episode, just go back. I'll actually even put that down in the show notes below. So one decision for your health. Perhaps it's 15 minutes of walking every day. Perhaps it's 10 push-ups. Perhaps it's eating in one day more a week. There's this part I kind of embellish this part of the compound effect, and he talks about this. One dude comes home from work every day. His wife maybe she's working a online business and she's been working all day and the kids are young and it's a little chaotic and frazzled. And he comes in, he grabs a bag of Doritos from the closet. I'm embellishing a bit. I'm so sorry, Darren Hardy. I'm kind of creating from a story you told in that book, but I have a very active imagination. And he grabs the bag of Doritos that have 125 icky calories, and he grabs a Pepsi and he sits down on the couch. And his wife is like looking at him like, you jerk. And the dogs haven't been walked, and so they're running around, and everything seems to be a cluster. And then there's the guy that comes in, Joe, and Joe decides every day he's going to come in and kiss his wife, high five the kids, and say, let's go on a walk. He doesn't grab the Doritos or the Pepsi. Because the dude that's on the couch, we're going to call him Sam, he's just consumed like 400 icky, gross, caloric garbage for his body. His wife is mad. There's chaos in the house. The dogs are running around. They're knocking things over, and he's watching horrible TV that's filling his brain with icky things. I want a side note. I do love a good binge of some good Netflix. Like, I'm not anti that. Like, I'm going to tell you that there are some, I'm going to share with you guys in the next episode, one of my favorite trashy HBO. It's not that trashy, but it's like good stuff that when you want to have a binge, I want to share that with you. So anyway, we've got the dude on the couch, and things over the next 3 years go downhill. His wife gets annoyed. The kids are fighting. The house is getting torn apart, and he's gaining weight and he's getting unhealthy because with stress, with the extra 500 calories a day of the soda and the chips, and his brain is being filled with ick. So the other scenario is the walk, just 15 minutes a day, the time together, maybe a nice moment of gratitude. The kids are out walking and riding their bikes. The dogs are being walked. And over time, guess what grows? Which family has a better environment? Which businesses are growing? Are the businesses growing in the house where there's chaos and ickiness and people screaming and yelling and the TV too loud, or in the house where the rituals and routines are set up for productivity, for good energy? Because when you sit down the next day to do the work and you're like, that feels good. It feels good. So the compound effect, the consistency. So what if you made one healthy habit? What if you decided right now, before the new year starts, before this, because if you're listening to this episode live, this is launching in November. What if over Thanksgiving you decided, I'm going to stick to this one healthy idea every single day? Maybe it's just drinking water. Maybe it's drinking an extra glass of water. Maybe it's a 15-minute walk. Maybe it's 10 push-ups, 10 squats. Maybe it's just doing 10 jumping jacks, but it's moving. I encourage you to do the walk thing. It's really helped to change our lives. Okay, so what about in your foundation? What if every day you did something, like we said, the meditation, some personal development, the journaling, the gratitude? What if you committed to that one thing? And every day that was a piece of what you decided to do. And the consistency of those habits over time built you to growing, because I can tell you that is what has changed my life, because it grew. Like as I listened to a podcast, I was able to find my personal mentor and coach. I'm always working on myself. And on a side note, I always invest in working with a coach, always have a coach, because I am an athlete. I am an Olympian at making money and helping you. So I have to grow me. And I'm working with someone that makes $250,000 a month so that I can learn the systems, the routines, the rituals of that successful person. Okay, so we're going to talk about that at the end of the episode, how you can get into a high-level coaching program to grow as well, if that's your choice. So let's talk about that one piece that has to happen in your business every single day, or that should happen in your business every single day. And that is showing up. Show the heck up for your business. And that is not a Facebook scroll. And that is not hop on a team Zoom and cheer for your friends. Showing up in your business is showing up with what makes money. What makes money are conversations. So whether you sell essential oils, insurance policies, houses, vitamins, face cream, a million things that people sell out there. How many conversations are you having every day that feel genuine and authentic, that are asking somebody or sharing with somebody a story or seeing if they're open? And I know I talk about not being a spamela, Pamela, not doing like things that feel icky, but you could talk yourself into saying every conversation feels icky. Hello, my friend. You have chosen sales to be the way that you make money. Whether you sell coaching or whether you sell vitamins or whether you are a therapist, you've got to let people know of your service or your product. And if you believe that you can help someone, you are going to have the conversation, right? Yes, we are. So I'm going to ask you this question. Do you show up consistently with content for your fans, for your friends, for the people that you're connecting with that shows them who you are and what you do? Or are you like, hey, this week I'm going to share this, and this week I'm going to share this, and then next week I'm going to talk about my neighbor being annoying? And that's cool if you're just on social media to socialize. But maybe you're on social media to show people about building businesses online and streams of income and how all of these things happen, and you educate and you talk about it and you share stories of success. And then suddenly you're like, oh, and I'm opening a bakery in New Hampshire. And then you're not talking about the online business anymore, but you're talking about the bakery. You're going to attract people because you're in Facebook groups that love baking. Your online people, the people that build businesses online, or maybe it was like sustainable income online or how to build a following with your online business or whatever that is, they no longer find your content useful. So now you've shifted to the bakery, which is fine if that's your thing. But remember that you want to make sure that you have vision around what you do so you can consistently show up so the right people are getting information from you so that they're actually coming your way. And we talk a lot about that in my Facebook group. We talk a lot about that in my program, Profit Her Way, about how you create your entire mission and vision around your product or your service so it all fits together and makes sense. And actually people start to reach out to you and ask you more often. But even to this day, you would think, oh, she's done this and this and this and blah, blah, blah. I still ask questions and have conversations with people to sell what I have. I just do it in a way that feels aligned with who I am because I truly believe that I can help. So what if you had one conversation a day, no matter what? Like there's some companies that want to give you a free account. So you get a little free website for information and that puts you on the list, right? That puts you on the VIP list. What if you got one email address a day for your email marketing list or for your free account list or however that works in your business? and you added 365 people a year that actually wanted to have information from you. And what if every day you had one conversation saying, hey, I think I can help you with this. Well, I know I can. And how would that feel? And what if every day you not only had that conversation, but you had been doing visualization and affirmations and filling your brain with positivity and what I want to call optimism from being and hearing the voices of people that are winning, instead of filling your brain with negativity and violence and hate? What if you made your Facebook feed a place where everything that you saw made you feel good and empowered, and you never felt like, I don't want to see that person's stuff? What if you did that small compound effect? So I'm going to encourage you, as we finish this episode, to take out your journal. You know I love that journal. You know I do. And to really think about one area. I don't care if it's just teeny, tiny little thing. One area. Think about even finances. Someone said that intermittent fasting saved them over $365, like they were spending $1 on their Egg McMuffin or something every day. $365 a year. Well, most people spend more money on their Starbucks. So thinking about how the compound effect works, and even how it works with kindness, that one nice message sent a day. What area of your life, your health, your family, your faith, your foundation, how you grow yourself and your business. I promise you this, when you start to make these small changes, they compound, they snowball, they become so big, and then you become contagious. What about if you shared every single day on your social media that one thing that you learned from Think and Grow Rich? What if you decided, I'm going to read the Bible every day. I'm going to read Gabrielle Bernstein every day, or I'm looking at my books that are sitting right here. I'm going to read Think and Grow Rich 2 pages a day, and then I'm going to share that out on social media and talk about what Napoleon Hill says. The ripple effect of what happens is huge. And then all of a sudden, the pieces fall together. But there are those people, and they're good people. But I am here to tell you how to make money. I love making money, and I love living a life that feels so aligned with who I am. So we've got to really push that compound effect into our business. And if people see you building some of the time, posting some of the time, being involved some of the time, but not all of the time, they're going to think, it's just like kind of a side gig. I want you to show up all of the time. And it starts with changing one habit a day. So what habit will that be? I want you to send it to me over on a DM on Instagram. Please screenshot this, post it up on your stories on Facebook, on Instagram, and send to me in the DMs the one habit, that one thing you're committing to. Because sometimes when you say it, or if you're over in Camp Elevate, we're going to post this over. That's our free Facebook group where we hang out, thecampelevategroup.com. Join us over on Facebook. If you can't find it, send me a DM. Either Nikki or I will answer you in the DMs for how you get into that group. But I want you to think about that one habit. And then if you want to go a step further, find an accountability partner that you just are like, I'm doing this every day, and we're checking in with each other. Got it? All right. I hope that this has been a helpful episode for you. I love chatting with you. I love hearing from you. So like I said, make sure that you do this over on Instagram, over on Facebook, wherever you like to hang out. And I want to end this episode by sharing with you what I talked about earlier. And I talked earlier about how I have always, not always, it was 2 years into the business that I made the decision that if I was to grow and learn and become and evolve, I was going to need to make a deposit, an investment into me. And so I've worked with multiple coaches on what the things that I needed at that time. And so I am currently launching a program called Profit Her Way. And it is a program that actually walks you through each of the areas of how you grow your business in a genuine, authentic way. I call it my unsales system, because I want you to have the foundation connecting the dots, and a business that aligns with your magnetic marketing message, with you. We work on all kinds of things. We work on productivity. We work on the money mindset, but most of all, we create that map, that vision map, and then we get into action together and we provide accountability and we actually work together. I do a lot of one-on-one Zooms and things in this program. We do an in-person event, and it may not be for you. It may not be for you yet. It is for someone that's looking to go from just maybe a part-time level with their business and move it to the 6 and 7 figure mark. It's called Profit Her Way. It's application only because the group stays small. BethHoldenGraves.com/Profit Her Way. Go on over there, see what it's all about, fill out the application, book a call with me because I would love to see if it's a fit for all of us because I am determined to help you to have your own plan, your map, your profit plan. And if that's not for you right now, we are doing it here on the podcast. We're doing it. I offer it for free over in the Camp Elevate group. And I just want to thank you so much. This community is growing each and every week beyond my wildest dreams. This has been one of the very best decisions that I've made because I love connection. I love community, and the You're Not the Boss of Me podcast community is growing, and I'm meeting so many new people, and I just love it. And I love hearing your stories. So keep them coming. And as always, remember, you have the power to say, you're not the boss of me in every area of your life. And it all starts with those daily decisions, those daily deposits of those consistent habits that you work on over time. I'll talk to you guys all next week. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today on You're Not the Boss of Me. I'm hoping that you found one thing that you will do today that will allow you to move forward to that big, audacious goal. And I have a favor to ask of you, and that is leaving me a 5-star review over in iTunes. Every single week, I read your reviews. I love hearing what you have to say, and it allows me to bring you more, to get more people to interview that are doing the thing, breaking the glass ceilings, creating what they crave, and helping you with your game plan. So leave me a 5-star review, and when you do, I enter you to win the You're Not the Boss of Me swag. So make sure you leave it, and we'll reach out to you if you're the winner. Thanks so much for hanging with me today, and we'll chat with you soon.